All right, good morning, Linux users. We'll get started here in just a minute. Hope everyone is doing well for this Sunday morning. Enjoy another ad-free presentation. If you enjoy these types of programs ad-free, consider supporting the channel through Patreon or PayPal. The link's below in the show notes. You can do the audio downloads on Patreon. They're all for free. Contributing is voluntary, but it'll help keep these shows ad-free. Alright, background music again provided, of course, by Dad from Italia. Thank you, Dad, for the lovely Italiano music. Always appreciate it, as my friend, singer friend Slim Man always says. Yeah, it's all about the love. And speaking of Slim Man, he's got a new song out. It's actually a remix of an original song called Christmas Eve. You can check it out on Spotify or Apple Music. I think he sang this song with us live during the pandemic lockdown, so thank you, Slim. Slim is currently performing in California, as he likes to say. Slim Man is an Italian American artist. Slim Man is his stage name. And the song is Christmas Eve. Very nice, upbeat tune to get you in the holiday mood. So check out Slim Man and the song Christmas Eve.
And gives me so much pain. Io e te sotto il chiaro della luna.
All right, let's get started with a few items here. This is the budget phone of the year. This is the new AnduOS N10 that I paid $99 for. Right now it's $79.99 for a brand new Android phone with Android 14, I believe. This is a steal for $79.99. No, it's not the fastest, it's not the brightest, it's not the slickest, but it works with the latest Android. Stereo speakers, free case, free screen protector for $79.99. Excellent bargain for an Android phone. Check it out, the new N10. All right. Well, I took a look at a new Linux-based operating system called AnduOS. Now, this is supposed to be another one of those, gateway to Linux from Windows users. I took a look at it, and I liked what I saw up until the end. It does give a Windows vibe, a look and feel. It was quite fast for a GNOME-based desktop. Fairly lightweight at 1.7 gigs as you see here. Those of you who are watching this podcast, 1.7 gigs is fairly low for download. I thought it ran great, but boy, I went to install software, as any Windows user would, and I clicked the apps shortcut, and it took me to a website, not an apps store or a software center, but the App Store shortcut took me to a website on instructions how to download apps via terminal commands. You cannot expect a new Linux newbie to jump strictly into the terminal to download apps. It's not fair. I'm not saying it's hard, maybe a few months down the line, But it was somewhat disappointing. Now, this is probably something I could use because it didn't bother me personally. But another failed distribution, at least for now, targeting Windows users. Disappointing for newbies. If you're an experienced user, yeah, I would give it a shot. Like I said, it ran beautifully off a USB stick on a 13-year-old Lenovo desktop running Linux Mint, which I am currently running now. AnduOS, definitely not for Windows users. So I mentioned Linux Mint. This is still my go-to Linux operating system. On multiple computers, I prefer the Mate desktop. I've always liked the Mate desktop for years and years. Linux Mint, for the most part, has never let me down. It just works. They release when ready, and not on any specific date. There are different desktop environments. As I've stated multiple times before, if you are a Windows user and you have the time to install, check out this. Or if you want something a little bit more slicker looking, ZornOS, another one that has never disappointed. If you're looking for a snazzier looking desktop, yeah, these guys have also been around since 2011. So my choices, again, I keep going back to these two. These are the quality standards, it seems, is going to be Linux Mint and Zorn OS. It's hard to beat them. It really is. All right, what else do I have? Chromebooks. The Chromebook Flex editions of the Chromebooks, I noticed that prices have dropped to below $300. These are machines that will give you at least 10 years of support. They are still the best, the most affordable Linux-based systems that require zero maintenance. Okay? What do I mean by zero maintenance? Well, zero bugs. I've yet to see one. If it's there, I don't see it. You do not have to use the terminal to install software. You can enable the Linux environment to install other Debian-based Linux apps and not Chrome OS apps if you want to. They may not always work, but hey, you can install Android, Chrome OS, or Linux apps. Not bad for a machine for less than $300. Again, they are the best Linux machines for the masses, a Linux standard for the masses that continues to impress for the price. Chromebooks are not for everyone, but for most Windows users, I think they get the job done. All right, let's see if anybody is here in the chat this early Sunday morning. We have, who is here? Quails is in the house. Good morning, mate. How are you? Welcome to the morning stream. How things going? I haven't seen you on the chats for a while. I try to do these shows at different random times. Sometimes we get a lot of people, sometimes we don't. That's okay. Welcome this morning. All right, well, I have a little bit more time, so let's see. What can we do here? Let's go ahead and give me a moment here. I'll show you my Linux Mint desktop real quick. Let us transition with OBS. There we go. Minimize. And this is my Linux Mint Mate desktop. Of course, when I think of Christmas, I think of Florida. Duh! I used to live there. It's nice not to shovel snow, no potholes, flat roads. I miss it so much. I want to go there. Anyway, but that's another story altogether. Chromebooks on the beach. Yes, that's my Linux fantasy. Chromebooks on the beach. Anyway. Alright, so this is the Mate desktop with the classic Mint menu. Again, I've always liked this. Kind of reminds me of Windows 7, but I use this because it just works. It's simple. It's not fancy. It's not meant to be. Everything works the way it should. And this is working beautifully on an old dual-core machine maxed out with 8 gigs of RAM. It just works. Looking at the weather, 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Ugh. Oh well, it is winter. What can I say? At least it's not snowing. Tuesday in the 60s. Whoa. Nice. Okay. Anyway. Linux Mint Mate desktop. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. All right. What's up there? Oh, it's 13:32. Oh, the time there is 13:32. Ah, gotcha. Okay. 1:30 a.m. or 1:30 p.m. over there, right? Okay, that's why I caught you. Okay, cool. That's nice. Yeah, that's why I do these shows at random times. If there's anybody else watching and wants to say hello or have a question, please do not be shy. Say hello. I usually start my mornings with some coffee, some morning stretches, as I'm doing now. You can't see me, but I'm on the carpeting here stretched out. That's why I have no camera set up. Doing 2 things at once, trying to be Linux efficient, right? Of course. I had a couple of friends of mine last night order the Apple AirTags, I think they're called, for the first time. I've never used them. If you guys have them and want to share a little bit of advice right now, let me know. What happened was they lost one of their car keys last month. They're getting a replacement for their car. Almost $300 for a remote for a car. Dang. So they're going to get a new key fob, but they're going to put these AirTags thingies on the car keys. And I think you can track them with your Apple phone, iPhone, I think. I think that's how this thing works. So once they get the AirTags in, I'll see if I can set it up for them. It doesn't sound like it would be that hard. But anyway, Apple AirTags. Alright, I'll stick around for a little bit longer this quiet morning. I'm looking at the news feed on my phone to see if there's anything else that catches my eye. Linus Tals dismisses AI industry as 90% marketing. That's interesting. Linus Torvalds, of course, the father of modern-day Linux. All right. All right. Looks like a quiet morning here in the studio. So I think I'll wrap this up for this morning and start my day with some breakfast and such. Quails, it's good to have you here in the chat. Hope things are well where you live overseas. I forget where you live. Is it Denmark or am I thinking of somebody else? I can't remember. Anyway. Boy, places like Denmark, Amsterdam, just absolutely stunning, beautiful places that I see on the Travel Channel. Just gorgeous. You know, it's, yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll make it there. But very nice. Alright, so that's all I have for this one. If you missed any part of this, of course, you can replay this with no ads. Again, if you'd like to support the ad-free content, consider a contribution through the Patreon site or through PayPal, link below in the show notes. I always enjoy doing these and chatting with you. All right, you guys know how to reach me. Any questions and all that, post them in the comments below. Have a good day, and I will catch you on the next one. Arrivederci.